All right, before we jump into the video, I want to give you a little bit of context. All right, I've tried to do this intro so many times, but our cat here is being a bit of an attention seeker. So I'm now sitting on the floor addressing you. So I'm talking to you in 2022, but this video starts in 2021. What you need to know is last year we had one of the wettest summers on record. It was really hard to do any trail building as a result, and that's why I didn't do a whole lot of trail building videos on my main channel. I actually completely scrapped that.
If you wonder why my building videos focus so much on drainage, this is why.
The other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to learn how to build in the excavator a little bit better. I wanted to do that without being judged, so I started building this trail with zero intention of documenting it. After I got started, I realized I was actually turning into a pretty cool project and I wanted to document it. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the foot, Hi. So, side note, what you just witnessed was one of the things I do a lot. I take two idioms and I fuse them together. I do that all the time. You'll catch me doing that all the time. Anyways, back to me giving the monologue. I'm kicking myself now for not documenting it, but it gave me an opportunity to kind of fiddle around with the excavator without being judged. I've mentioned it before, but anytime I feel like I'm being watched, I'm conscious of that and I don't do my best work. So it's just easier for me just not to bring the camera with me. So the project that we're doing is we're building a trail that's going to snake from the top of our dirt jumps all the way down to the lowest point of our property. But we're not going to build it in a linear fashion because that would make way too much sense for a video. One of the reasons why we're not building it in a linear fashion is because we had some constraints that we're trying to work around. Secondly, we're actually trying to build the most functional section of trail first. There is a linear fashion to the progression of the trail build, and that's a functionality standpoint. So we're building the most useful section of trail next. With that monologue out of the way, let's jump into the video.
All right, so it's been a little bit since we've done a serious trail workout here because, well, it was a super wet summer, and when we had nice days, we wanted to ride. Anyway, it's getting cold out, so we're going to do a little trail building because we don't feel like riding. So we've already started a trail up there. Let's go show you what we've done so far, and we want to continue it. And we didn't record any of this, but this is like a stream right here. It comes all the way from up there, the causeway's up there, and it goes down there. So instead of building a bridge, we used all these nice flat stones we had, made a little stream crossing because rock doesn't like to erode. We have elevated this surface because this whole area is super wet, and we dug some drainage bars here on the side, took that dirt, plopped it on top here. The water is going to get channeled through here. Got a water bar right there. Goes all the way through, or not a water bar, a water pipe, whatever you want to call it. This dirt right here has been sitting for a little bit. I didn't do a good job sorting out the good dirt from the bad dirt. So the rain is helping us separate the good dirt from the bad dirt, and it'll take like probably a few more months to get down to like this gray stuff, because this stuff hardens up, but you have to go a lot deeper to get it. So this stuff is not hard as a rock, but this is rideable. So we did the same process here where you got some dirt here, elevated this surface, and then covered our tracks. So the machine was here, and you can kind of tell. So now we're coming on to this rock, and this rock used to be a standalone rock, and we went in the woods, grabbed a bunch of these rocks, and made a cool little path up through the stream. And then now we're in the process of trying to figure out where to go next. We have roughed in this trail, and we've actually ridden it a bunch, and so we figured out some of the weak points. This is one of the weak areas of the trail. You kind of lose a lot of your momentum. It kind of kills the flow of the trail. So it's a little bit off camber, a lot of like hidden roots, especially when it's dark. So this section is a point of contention. And then the next point of contention is right here. Anyway, I also got a new diesel can. It says no spill. Why do I feel like that's a lie? Let's see if this no spill diesel can lives up to its name. Nice thing about this one, it does have a handle on the side, unlike my other one. So thing about digging is sometimes you find some cool things, like growing up in New Hampshire, all the rocks are like round and like really awkward to build with, but these rocks are just like flat slabs that you can build patios out of. So we pulled that one out of the ground, and I think there's another one below it. So we're gonna try to make a little bit of a kicker here, just to spice up the trail a little bit. That way we have to do less trail maintenance because it's not dirt. Alright, this is what we call BOGO. Or DOGO. Dig one, get one free. It's funny, Haley does most of the heavy lifting. I just kind of sit in the machine. So Haley's getting strong, I'm getting fat. What you guys couldn't see is I'm playing a game of surgery right now. Trying not to get the hoses, the boom, or that light on this tree while trying to get that rock, which I can't see because it's obscured by my view of this tree and the boom. So I'm like shifting my way over here and here. Yeah. One thing I like to do is I like to separate the organic stuff and put it to the side. So once we're done, you can throw the organic stuff in the hole and cover it up. And hopefully, once we pack it, this will be a nice soil for our roots to start growing in again. We have all this stuff that we can throw over here, so it should blend in. All right, so over here, we have a tiny, tiny little double. And that's not the final thing it's going to look like. That's going to be one landing, and I want to build a second landing a little further down. So if you want, you can just basically roll this, or you can send it a little deeper. So that's what we're going to get going on right now.
That was a pull.
Bit of a case.
Yeah, that too.
How bad that case?
I mean, Haley would call that she made it. Think you made it that time.
Okay, so I am pretty pumped on the progress, you know. You always think you're going to be able to do more work than you can actually do, but I think we were more realistically able to guess how much work we were able to get done. So we weren't that far off our target, and so we got a cool jump here. Cleaned up this section, and this section was just always a mess. There's a lot of off-camber rocks and roots. Now it's a little bit more straightforward. We got a little bonus kicker here, and so from here on out, we can start cleaning up the rest of the trail. I do want to keep some of it somewhat natural. This area will probably stay as is. I don't have much of an issue here. This is pretty good. Maybe we'll add a little bit of dirt, but I kind of like these natural roots right here. But where it starts to break down is in this section. Now that we've gotten through, here we had this nice carpet, but now we've chewed through that. We have this organic dirt, and it's really slippery, especially with some of these roots sticking out. Now, I don't hate the roots, but I kind of want to give us a little bit more support here and give this trail a little bit more definition. So I think that will be the next project down the line. But for the time being, I think we're going to leave it off and tackle that another day. So, cool. I'm pumped with how much work we were able to get done in one day.